Hey there, Vinyl Junkies. Sam the Record Man here. Welcome to Vinyl 101, a series of videos aimed at explaining the jargon that comes along with collecting records on vinyl. Today we will talk about half-speed mastering. So what does that mean? Maybe you've seen that term come about. I pulled this one out haphazardly because it's printed right on the cover, half-speed mastering. It is something that a lot of the companies, if they do it, will advertise because the idea is that it's a more quote-unquote audiophile recording and will sound better. Let's talk about how that works. Okay, so to go to the very beginning, when music is being made, right, when it's being recorded, what it is that they do is they take the tape that was used in order to record the music, and with that tape, they run it at the same speed, usually, which is 33 1/3, that the record spins, right? As the tape is running at that speed, the lacquer is a round disc that's used with a cutting head, okay? So there's a little cutting head, I guess, that kind of just cuts the grooves into the record as it revolves at the same speed that the tape is playing, okay? Now, with those lacquers, you make the stampers, right? So when they make a record, they kind of like close down on a puck of vinyl like this. So there's a stamper up here and a stamper down there. That's made from the lacquers. So what is this half-speed mastering that they're talking about? Pretty simple. If regular mastering or making those lacquers happens at 33 1/3, all it means is that they slow everything down to half. So now everything's working at 16 2/3. That puts a whole lot less pressure on this very precise equipment that cuts the lacquer, the cutting head, right? And the theory, at least, is that you get music that's far clearer. You see a lot more separation, and it just sounds better than if it was cut at the normal speed. Okay, think of it this way, if I had to give an analogy, right? Think of your favorite 1-hour drive. Now, that 1-hour drive could be, let's assume that it's, I don't know, driving in a convertible car along the beach side. Now, if it takes you an hour to get to the beach, that's one thing. Half-speed mastering means that you're taking the same thing, okay, but you're slowing it down. So now it's going to take you 2 hours. What happens there? The theory is, well, you get to feel the wind in your hair a little longer. You get to sense things like the ocean air. You smell the ocean air. You get to hear the waves. You pay attention to a lot of little things that you wouldn't pay attention to if, let's say, the drive was faster. Okay, so that's the same concept that happens with records. Because it's being mastered at half the speed, you're able to put more stuff on that record. So, for example, a record, 18 minutes per side is what we're looking at, maybe even 25. I've seen go even past 30. But really, if you do that, what happens is that as the lacquer head, okay, or the cutting head, I should say, is making these lacquers, it takes up more space. So there's more space that happens. You're able to put more information in those grooves so that when you play it on your stereo, it sounds better. That's what half-speed mastering is. Does it make a difference in sound? I would say yes, it does, depending on the systems that you have. Now, if you have a pretty basic system or a Crosley or just, something that's a starter kit, you're probably not going to hear much of a difference. But as you move up, if you like, vinyl enough to just improve your equipment, you will notice that there's a difference in clarity. There's a difference in the way the music presents. It's just, you get a bigger sound stage. So that's it, man. That's Vinyl 101 half mastering. Do you guys have any other questions? Please feel free to drop them in the comments. If you like this kind of material programming, you smash that button and we'll get to another one. Sam the Record Man out. Boom.